address with the zip code, and then a message will appear that will tell you when your payment is set to arrive. Now, if you try to log on and you're prompted with payment status not available, keep in mind that this could be because your payment hasn't been processed yet, or the IRS doesn't have enough information to send you a payment.
And though the auto industry has been trending toward electrification, the rules will dramatically reshape production. Experts have forecasted that the U.S. electric vehicle sales could surpass 40% of total passenger cars in 2030. Now, passengers and officials also added the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and the Inflation Reduction Act, which includes new tax incentives up to $7,500 for the purchase of American-made electric vehicles, have enabled more ambitious proposals. The agency will start in accepting the public comments on the proposed rules before they finalize next year. The rules will take effect starting with this year 2027, and so far there are lawmakers that oppose this bill. Republican representatives who chairs the House Energy and Commerce Committee criticized the proposed standards, saying the rule would make cars unaffordable. She said in a statement, "This will hurt the low income the most, while most of us are making reliant on other countries for critical materials like EV vehicles. It's a lose-lose for American families and American security." Folks, what do you think about this? What do you think Joe Biden's doing with the environment and electric vehicles? Tell me in the comments down below. A pair of senators, everybody, who are pursuing a bipartisan proposal to reform Social Security are leading to reduced benefits for recipients. The senators, Republican Bill Cassidy of Louisiana and Independent Angus King of Maine, who caucuses with Democrats, are leading a group of legislators in a proposal to reform Social Security on several fronts. Now, reports have said that their ideas include raising the full retirement age to 70 from 67. They have also proposed a sovereign wealth fund to help pay for the Social Security, and the fund could be funded with $1.5 trillion or more in borrowed money. Another option is changing a formula that calculates monthly Social Security benefits from one based on a worker's average earnings over 35 years to a formula based on the number of years spent working and paying into Social Security. These proposals come amid heightened talks of reforming Social Security before the program's Old Age Survivors Insurance Trust Fund runs out of cash. That can happen as soon as 2032. And according to an estimate, leaving the program solely reliant on payroll taxes for funding, which might only cover about 75% of benefits, is not enough. Because what we do know is that these proposals come amid heightening talks of Social Security being reformed before the trust fund runs out of money. This can happen as soon as 2032. Now, many Social Security advocates strongly oppose raising the full retirement age because it equals a cut in benefits. And when that happens, people suffer. But Senator Cassidy and King looked to quell those fears in a joint statement. They said they called for incomplete and somewhat alarmist reports regarding the proposal. The senators said their goal is to preserve and protect the retirement of security, Social Security for all Americans now and long into the future. The statement also stated the Social Security fund will be insolvent in less than a decade if Congress chooses to do nothing. Current law requires painful 24% cuts to benefits and a daunting future for fulfilling our promises. Now, Cassidy and King have said that the conversations are ongoing regarding their plan, and they provide further details when they have fully developed a plan for this. They did offer a peek at a couple of possible elements, and according to the two senators, there are dozens of considerations being weighed to protect Social Security, including locking an early retirement age at 62, and a protection for lower wage workers and seeking avenues to increase benefits immediately. Under what we are discussing, millions would actually receive more and no one will receive less. The wild card is whether their plan even makes it to a congressional vote. They may have had a hard time convincing Democrats and even some Republicans to sign on to a higher full retirement age. Now, lawmakers cannot overstate the importance of these benefits, and according to the latest estimates, half the U.S. population aged 65 or older are in households. We have exciting news, everybody. Joe Biden wants the lawmakers to pursue action on at least another stimulus check before the end of the year. So we have a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI and SSDI that you have to know in this video. So continue watching because you don't want to miss out on this video. We got a ton of news to talk about, guys. Here it is. In the State of the Union address that focused largely on the economic shutdown, well, Joe Biden once again called on Congress to revitalize the fourth stimulus payment. This will come back and give us a fourth stimulus check. That's what it means, everybody. We're going to get stimulus today, soon, and probably by the end of this year. Because Joe Biden, everybody, said this: He said that he called for a number of changes to tax policy in his State of the Union address, including significantly raising the levy on stock, buybacks, and imposing a billionaire minimum tax. But the shout-out to the expanded child tax credit is more immediately significantly for the average American family than a tax on billionaires. The expanded child tax credit was back in 2021. It helped a lot of people out and to help families with Americans struggling financially while they provided stimulus for a long time. And the maximum benefit of the credit was increased from $2,000 to $3,000 in 2021. That's for people 6 to 17 years old. And half of the credit was given in advance, plus in monthly payments to the families to help others throughout the year, and the other half was given as part of a household's tax refund. The household with pretty much no or low income was able to receive it for the first time. And though it can take years for the policy to have the tangible effects, the impact of the credit was pretty much very noticeable, very fast. And so I believe it's pretty much right for Joe Biden to send out another one. Don't you guys agree? Parents reported using the advance payments for household essentials like groceries, clothing, schools, and utilities. And despite worries from conservatives, researchers found no evidence that the policy discouraged people from going back to work. Instead, it probably motivated people to get back to work. The Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, everybody, said the success of the 2021 expansion showed us that child poverty rates are a policy choice, not inevitable. And Congress failed to renew the expansion in 2021, reverting the credit back to its former, less generous iteration. It's one of the reasons that families could see smaller tax refunds this year when they file their returns, because some tax credits have already implemented their own version of a child tax credit last year to make up for the difference. Still, without this expansion, everybody, millions of people fell back into poverty at the beginning of last year. It made many people broke, and it hurt so many households. But folks, here's a solution to this. One of the biggest sticking points is whether or not the expanded child tax credit has a work requirement attached to it. Because if it does, that could be beneficial to the ones that need it the most, and the ones that need stimulus fast. Opponents believe there should be some sort of work requirement, but everybody, here's what I'm saying about this. An estimated 19 million people do not even receive the standard child tax credit because it maxes out at $2,000 per year per child. And because their parents or guardians don't even enough to qualify, they don't get the money. And eliminating child poverty is one of the biggest reasons why Biden stated his goal for the presidency is to end stimulus and to begin a fourth stimulus check. But as well as other childcare and family-friendly tax policies, it was part of his Build Back Better plan, but was scrapped what eventually became the Inflation Reduction Act, which was signed into law last year. And predictability, everybody, for Joe Biden is important, because support for bringing the expansion back on the Fed level falls largely on his line. Progressive commentators have called it single biggest policy success of Joe Biden. And during his speech, Biden tied the expansion success as giving families breathing